Hello and welcome to the Counselor's Happy Hour. This podcast is about well-being and personal growth from teenagers' point of view. In each episode, we explore the journey of my teenage students in finding fulfillment both at school and in life. My name is Miss Pauline and I'm a school-based clinical psychologist. Today, I have the privilege of sitting down with Jeffry, a grade 12 student who just recently crossed the finish line of high school. Jeffry has been part of our school for 15 years. So, have those years been filled with impactful moments or are there any regrets? Join us in this episode as we uncover Jeffrey's story, exploring the significant milestones that have shaped his journey. Okay, just a very quick thing before we get started. If you have not yet subscribed to this podcast, please do. It really helps us a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so Jeffrey, welcome. Congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, everyone, Jeffrey just graduated. Finally, he's released from how many years again?
15 years.
15 years.
Years in here.
Yes. And actually, yesterday during his graduation, he brought a speech for the teachers. Yeah, and Jeffrey often became, I don't know, like in the past, but when I was here, yeah, I saw you gave speech also during like the Teachers' Day, or which one was it?
Yeah,
again?
it was during the Teachers' Day, during the flag ceremony.
Flag ceremony. So basically, he's kind of like the mascot of Sekolah Global. Golden boy, yeah, kan already 15 years lah.
Yes.
So how are you feeling right now, graduating?
It's happy and sad at the same time, because I'm happy I'm finally going out to, explore the world. No, I'm not gonna be stuck here doing nothing. And I'm gonna be like out there, like doing what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I'm also sad because at the same time, 15 long years is a very long time, and like it's really heavy to like step my foot out of this place. So like
Happy and sad, mixed feeling,
Gado.
Yeah. Okay, so 15 years. I'm sure you have a lot to share. For you, can you share like what were your memorable moments at school?
There were actually a lot. Could you like classify like to be specific?
Do you still remember the time when you joined the school, like the early days?
I actually don't, to be honest, but I do have some not memories, but I would remember some things when I was in pre-kindergarten, when I was in kindergarten. I obviously wasn't the smart person. I obviously wasn't the one shining bright in my class. But yeah, during my kindergarten years, I was a really nerdy good boy. I guess that's how I would say it. Yeah, I rarely caused problems. I rarely went into rarely is the keyword here. I mean, I've been there, but then like I rarely went to like the principal's office and stuff.
Counselors.
Yeah, I did once though.
Okay, about?
It's kind of brutal because that one time it was in grade 5, and so I was playing the piano, and I guess my friend kind of bullied me. Not really. And for some reason, I asked my other friend to help me out because I was being like, I was I almost said this. I almost said something bad. Oh my God. I was being harassed. Harassed is the word. Yeah. Yeah, and then so my friend used like 2 sharp metal rulers, and he chopped my friend's head like in half.
Is your friend still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And blood just came pouring out, and like
Crazy. That's
crazy.
on grade 5.
Yeah, and we all 3 of us got in trouble, and we didn't get suspended though. Yeah, but yeah, we got in trouble, and it was actually kind of my fault. So I'm sorry.
To the friend.
Yeah, you know me.
So that bully is still here also.
Oh no, the victim is still here. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So that was on grade five.
Uh,
And then you got council. And then what else in primary that you feel memorable?
I don't quite remember because yeah, in my primary years, I all I did was study, 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 study. Be a good boy, study, 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 study. And yeah, so I didn't really have time to like hang out with my friends. I didn't really have time to do this, do that, like normal childhood. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess
How do you define normal childhood?
I guess normal childhood would be like, you're not supposed to be growing up at like you're not supposed to be growing up until the time you're supposed to grow up. So if you're a child and you're having your childhood, then you should be able to enjoy it. You should be able to live your life, live your moment, hang out with your friends. I didn't have that, but that's a long story. Not gonna discuss that here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I guess having a normal childhood would mean like yeah.
Like, still a lot of time to play.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, yeah.
Not like studying the whole day.
No, yeah. Because children, you're supposed to play. You're not supposed to like, be a grown up at that age. You're not supposed to understand how the world works. You're not supposed to. No, that's beyond your reach. You're supposed to just be a child. Be innocent.
Be innocent.
Yes, be innocent.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So, all right. So looking back again, what activities or like maybe competitions, achievement that you had at primary?
Because I was that type of child who didn't have a proper childhood, and all I did was study. That was the good point there because I had lots of achievements in my primary years. I My parents put me in lots of activities. For example, they enrolled me in golf, piano classes. They put me in taekwondo classes. It was a lot, and yeah, from all that hard work, I guess I did gain lots of things from there, and that's how I became who I am right now in my secondary years. So
So you did start golf,
I did.
piano, taekwondo. Yeah, those three. Those are not academic. And
Yeah.
then you join in competition, you gain achievement, and you said that what made you who you are right now. Like, what do you mean with who you are right now in secondary?
Since I put lots of hard work during my childhood, I am not to be bragging and all, but like I would consider myself as a person who is ahead of everyone else. In terms of maturity, in terms of maybe not academics, but yeah, in terms of experience, in terms of being a more developed person. And for example, like since I joined taekwondo when I was small, when I was little, it really formed like a disciplined habit in me. Yeah, I carried that with me in my secondary years, which really actually helped me, grow and develop myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, how do you feel, or like, what lesson learned that from all those experience, like hard work, you were doing the stuff that challenging, or you might not like it. It may not be your decision, but maybe someone else, or like teachers, like pushing you, or parents. What are the takeaways for you from those hard experience?
I guess what I learned from all that is that it's okay for a kid to be, to have several activities, but you shouldn't be taking their moments, their childhood moments. You shouldn't be forcing them to do stuff they don't like. Every parent's way, methods to grow their child, to develop their child, is different for everyone, of course. And you should also know that sometimes you need to consult, you need to ask how your child is feeling. You need to like ask them like, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do that? Do you feel pressure? Are you stressed? Because moving forward through time, many people don't realize that their children are being pressured into doing something they don't like, and it would really damage their emotional and physical well-being. So I guess a main takeaway is that it's okay to put your child into you know various activities, but you need to like, I guess, be considerable.
Considerable. Yeah, but I try to think from the parents' perspective. Sometimes they just want their kids to, maybe have more successful life in the future than them. That's why they enroll their kids to several activities because of that kind of insecurity of and or anxiety that, oh, what will my son become in the future? So yeah, what do you think about this?
That's a really good question because yes, I actually do believe that parents do that. They pressure their child to doing something, to do those activities, to to make sure that they have a more successful future. But the thing is that some parents do it too over, in my opinion. And every child mental is different, their mental capacity. And lucky for me, I was able to handle that. All the pressure, all the I went to school at 7:30 in the morning. I came home at 9 at night. After school, after 3, I had lessons. And I was lucky enough because I was able to handle. But some other children, they don't have that same mental capacity as it's best to just fit your child in activities, in schedules that fits their capacity, I guess, their mental, like how much they can take. You cannot force them to, like, because everyone is different. And many people, even people that I know, they get stressed, they get because of the pressure from the parents, of course. And
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so has to consider the child's capacity, how much they can take. All right, okay, that's enough about the parents. How about let's talk about your parents at school? Which are your teachers? Yes. So get ready, teachers. Jeffrey's gonna spill all of your stuff. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, talk about teachers. Okay, first the subject. Okay, so what subject that stand out the most for you?
At a very young age, I really like music. It's just, it's just who I am. When I was a child, I wasn't able to express my feelings. I wasn't able to express who I was. And music was the only way that I was able to, if I get mad, I put that feeling in the music. If I get stressed, if I get happy, if I get, all those emotions, I put that to music. Um, yeah, it's been one of my favorite subjects, but then, too bad we stopped. They don't,
Stop
yeah,
in
in
grade
10, yeah,
10, I
we don't have
think.
music in grade 11, grade 12. But from all those aside, I actually do like maths. I know it's kind of weird, but the satisfaction of solving something is really nice.
Yeah, yeah. So like you're proud of yourself
Yeah.
when you solve the problem correctly. Okay. Challenging one?
Also maths.
Or the one that you don't really like?
Don't really like. There's no subject I don't really like, actually. I just go with the flow. But challenging, of course, there are challenging subjects. Maybe like physics. Physics is it's really hard, right? Everyone's gonna agree with me. Math is hard, but it's also fun at the same time. I guess chemistry is also hard because that's the reason why I didn't take that in grade 11 and 12. I mean, all the subjects, they're all hard at a
Art in their own
in
way.
their own ways. Yeah. So like, there's no real definition of like hard subject.
Okay, okay, all right. So what kind of, teaching that fit to your learning style?
I actually like not people, sorry, teachers who are not stale. So they use any objects, surrounding them. For example, this flower pot, or this thing. Yeah. And they use that to incorporate it to their teaching styles, to their teaching. So it's more fun in the classroom. And teachers should also be more active. They should not just sit in their chairs and like just like teach from their chairs. Like, oh, this is. But they should be able to, like, engage with their students, should be able to like connect with their students.
Connect.
Yeah.
Okay, from the student's point of view, how can a teacher connect with a student in a better way?
Being serious in class is all right, but then you should be, friendly outside of class too. So like the more they build connection with each other, the more teaching will be better. The more, you know, it's better that way.
It's better that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay to be serious or strict
Yeah,
in the class,
exactly.
but you also try to be friendly and build that connection.
Yeah, you shouldn't like if you're like mad at class, you shouldn't be like mad outside of class. So like, be friendly with others.
Yeah. Do you ever get mad or like maybe a teacher get mad at you?
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course. Anything?
I guess there's like lots of times I've been in that situation.
Mm.
I guess where when I don't finish my IA, when I don't when I procrastinate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So you know who is he
yeah.
talking about? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's a reasonable because you haven't finished your IA.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. So teachers and then friends. How do your friendships evolve? Because you've been here since primary ECC, and you've met a lot of people. I don't know if the friends that you have at primary are still here or not. But yeah, how did it evolve throughout the years?
Obviously, like in primary, I was friends with everyone. I was friendly with everyone. It wasn't awkward, because when you were a child, you don't have like that feeling of like not being able to socialize and all. But as I grow up, friends, I had lesser and lesser friends. Our class were divided into friend groups, into gangs, yeah. So like yeah, as you grow up, it's totally normal to have lesser friends, but you always have to keep the quality friends around you. So it's okay to have lesser friends, in my opinion, because all you need are the friends who support you, who are always there when you struggle, who are always there when you're at the top. Like compared to like when I was a child, to like who I am now, I guess I do have lesser friends now.
Have you ever involved in like friendship drama?
Of course, during a friendship drama, I always like to put myself in the middle because I don't like to take sides. I don't like to, engage in like fighting and all of that. So I usually put myself as the peacemaker. I usually put myself as the person who
Play
you know,
safe.
yeah, who plays safe, who make both ends meet, and it always works out.
I think so because Jeffrey is. I think everyone you can be with everyone from what I observe. Yeah, even though maybe you're close to like certain group of people, but you can still mingle even with the teachers. Also, you're like quite flexible in terms of your socializing skill. Yeah, teachers, friends, and probably the most interesting part lately is your college admission.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you've been working on for the past a year, right?
A year or so.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so you want to share with us how you start preparing for your college admission?
Yeah. Yeah. How it started is actually my uni counselor being active inside our classroom, and like he always encouraged us to like prepare this, prepare a personal statement, make a personal statement.
Since which grade?
Since grade 11, the
11.
start of grade 11.
Oh, the start of grade 11. Okay.
It was funny, but then I did what he told me to do, and it really helped me a lot because when I had the personal statement, I was ready to go. I was like, oh, I just need to apply here, 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 here. And well, I had my personal statements. The other people like they don't have theirs, and it would make me one step ahead in like uni applications. Um,
So I think he can sense that you're talking about him.
yeah.
Yeah, that owner of the table. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So when was it when you already have your personal statement ready?
It was at the early of semester 2 of grade 11, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. They haven't done any. Okay. Okay, yeah, personal statement.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Um, yes. Then once I had my personal statement, I directly applied to like uni, and for example, I applied through UCAS and to the UK, right? So, yes, I used my personal statement, and then I applied to Toronto University in Canada. I also applied to several universities in Singapore and Australia. And yeah, the personal statement is a very important tool, but that tool is useless if like your academics aren't. If your academics
don't speak what you
don't
write
speak what
on
you
your
write on your personal
personal
statement
statement.
exactly, so you can't lie.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you have applied to like 4 different countries, right?
5 actually.
Five?
With
Is it with Hong
Indonesia.
Kong? Oh, Indonesia,
Yeah.
right. Is that kind of show like why you have like different choices, or are you just like okay, just anywhere, any uni who wants to accept me, or
Actually, I go with both. So like yes, I definitely do look at the place. So like the reason I don't apply to Hong Kong, for example, is because the political instability there. If I, for example, I go, get my degree there, and then suddenly there's a war breaking out, and I can't go home, and I don't want to die. So like yeah, you have to look at it from that aspect also. During these times, you don't not encouraged to go to that place to those places. Um, but yeah, you should also be open to seeing other countries. So like don't just because don't just because your parents say, oh, go to Singapore, then you just want to go to Singapore. You have to like you have to look at other places, because even though Singapore is like good in the academics or so, but like who knows, people who go there, they don't have the correct mental stability because it's people pressure them to study, and like don't have anything else to do. So like you should see other options too. Like for example, in Australia, you have a balanced life, even though like the university ranking is like maybe like below Singapore or so.
but still
But like
good.
yeah, it's still good because you still have time to like explore your hobbies. You still have time to work. For example, you find experience out there, and each and every country they have their own ups and downs. So you cannot just like judge one country by comparing it to like Singapore, for example. That's not right.
I think especially in Batam, some parents, or I would say like most parents, the standard is like right now Singapore is number one.
Exactly.
Like for
Yeah.
the parents.
Yeah.
Like the dream schools are there, particularly those 2 or 3 universities. Okay, so how many acceptance letters have you received so far?
Um, so far not that much. Only like about 4. But
12?
no, about 4
About 4.
right now because the reason is because most of the unis I applied to, the start date, the day when I start studying there is on February of 2024. So they don't process my application until like later on. So that's why I'm not getting my decisions now.
Have you received any rejection letter?
Of course. It was not sad. I was actually expecting it, but like that's what happens when you have high expectations. And like, as I told you before, your scores can't lie. And like even though your personal statement is like really really nice and all, but like your
Because that
scores are there, and like it speaks for everything who you are for those unis. So
yeah, yeah. Regarding your uni application, what do you wish you have prepared earlier?
nothing actually. It went pretty well for me. The only thing I would regret is that not studying more, not focusing more in like my final year, because that was it determined my final IB score, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I flop in my final exams, which I did, we'll just have to see.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I guess for you guys out there, or at your last year, your final year, like you're in your grade 11s, just,
Mm-hmm.
if you're in IB, just start doing your IAs. Come on, just trust me. Start doing
Yeah.
your IAs, start doing your EEs.
Uh,
Just focus on that first, and then you'll have more time to study, and then trust me, you won't regret it at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I heard some people they try to join the school clubs. Oh, because for it will help you for the uni applications, which is true at one point. But what's more important is actually the
Yeah,
score. I know it's sad, but uni still look at your academic results.
actually, grade 11 to grade 12 students, it's not the right time to join clubs to like spend your time on like not.
Mm,
I wouldn't say useless. I would say like not as equally as important things, in your, for example, in your diploma course. So
mm,
like, joining clubs and all of that, that should have been done in like grade 8, 9, 10.
mm.
It should have been done earlier. Grade 11 to 12, you should just have to focus on like expanding your knowledge, expanding your, being open-minded, yes, you should explore more of the world. But at the same time, you should also focus on your academics because being realistic, most unis they just look at your scores and that's it. They don't care about like
Mm-hmm.
your extracurricular activities and all of that. Even if you're like a world champion at this, that, this, just trust me, they won't look at that.
Yeah,
They'll just
yeah.
look at your academics.
Yeah, Jeffrey have been participating in like basketball or piano or taekwondo, even with those stuff. And UN also, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that can be a takeaway. You should focus on your improving your academics on your final years.
mm,
Okay. So, yeah, I think before we wrap this up, from all the school experience, not only the college admission, but yeah, throughout the years you're here, do you have any regrets?
should I say this? It's like people peer pressured me to joining IB. I had no other choice, and I actually regret not taking. I actually regret not taking IB. When people say I'm gonna be more active, during my IB years, I wasn't. That was a big fat lie. Um, I had so many sacrifices, I made to just go on the 2 years of Ivy League diploma. I have to stop golf. I had to stop taekwondo. I had to almost stop playing the piano. There were so many sacrifices. I didn't have time to go to my friends. People were enjoying their time, living their best life. I was there, doing my IAs, EE. That was sad, but yeah, because I'm an active person. Maybe that's why I regret, joining IB. But at the same time, you should not view IB as a bad thing. You should not view IB as like a bad curriculum, a bad subject. Because, from IB, I learned very much. In grade 10, I can't write essays, I can't write this, that. When I finished grade 12, I mastered that.
Good at writing.
Yeah, I am good at writing. I would say I'm better at socializing. My mental got stronger because I had so many deadlines and all, and it really built my character. And yeah, so regret or not, that actually depends on the person. Yeah, both curriculums have their ups and downs, so you should not like they're both equally okay. They're both equally great. They're both equally bad also at the same time. But yeah, you should not take one, more superior compared to the other. And we should like erase that stigma of like, smart people should go to IB and like, all that.
Right,
Because
right.
it's wrong.
Yeah. I really like how you say that because even if you made a decision that you regret, but you still
Yeah.
be responsible. Yeah. So you still try to bring out the best of you, even if you don't like what you have decided, and like you feel pressure from any side, from the school side, from the home side, from yourself probably, but yeah, you still try your best to make that regretful choice as probably the best choice that you've made in high school? I mean,
Maybe.
it shaped you
Yeah, it
right
shaped
now.
who I am right now. I guess I should not regret what I took, because at the same time you can't really change anything at all. You just have to like
Mm-hmm.
deal with it. You just have to like live with it. So like, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, wow, Jeffrey, thank you so much. We should make part two actually because
Yeah.
I think I still have a list of questions that I haven't asked. But okay. But Jeffrey said he will launch his own podcast, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Planning.
It's just a plan.
It's just a
It's-
plan. If he's not, being so much busy in his college life. Okay, okay. One last thing. What do you expect in your college life?
I want to be more open. Of course, I want to meet new people. I really want to experience the outside world because I haven't got a taste of it. So yeah, I can't wait for college. I'm also gonna be alone, so like I have to be like
Independent.
independent. Yeah, so can't wait for college.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, thank you, Jeffrey, for sharing with us. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please subscribe. That will help us a lot. Yeah. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, you can drink it first.
No, I just wanted to, so no, yeah, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, yeah, by our own self.